from the Pink City, the capital of Rajasthan, beautiful Jaipur. Now Jaipur, of course, makes up the Golden Triangle alongside Delhi and Agra, and it is one of the most popular tourist destinations in the whole country. But it's for good reason. It's a bustling city with so much history, and I've decided to start my day at Bapu Bazaar, which is a very popular and colourful shopping destination. It's a very popular shopping spot, of course. Lots of shawls, shoes, different types of materials, and also a lot of very savvy salesmen. No, thank you. But if you are looking to get some clothes or shoes, then this is definitely the spot in Jaipur. So I'm getting some recommendations for where to eat, some proper local places. What are you suggesting then?
This one is ice cream, Indian ice cream.
An Indian ice cream? Oh, kulfi, I know kulfi.
Kulfi, this pand is very famous. But this one is really famous. Good, this is for, your pleasure.
See, this is the best way to get recommendations, asking locals. One of the best things about Jaipur is it's actually very walkable, as long as you don't mind being constantly asked if you'd like to get in a tuk-tuk. There are actually a number of different gates leading into the walled city, and I'm passing by a few of them, and I'm doing a bit of a square, taking in a few of the bazaars before I get towards one of the most famous spots in the city, which is the Jal Mahal. So behind me is probably one of the most famous sites in the whole of Jaipur. This is the Jal Mahal, which is on the edge of the city palace. It was finished in 1799, and the honeycomb style was designed so the ladies of the palace could actually observe the street life below without being seen. And what's quite funny now is because it's become so popular as a place to take photos for Instagram, all of the cafes and rooftops opposite me are absolutely chock-a-block with people in nice outfits taking photos, even carrying reflectors and lights around with them. So the two cafes opposite the Jal Mahal charge a cover charge of about 500 per person, which is obviously quite a lot just to get this view. But there are a few shops on a lower level where you can pay 100 to come and look at it. And it is worth it, to be honest. Being able to see it from this angle is absolutely magnificent. And it's great to be able to see the people behind the facade and perhaps imagine what it was like back in the day with all of the regal ladies looking out from there. The sun is just starting to go down, so I've got a tuk-tuk to one of the most famous sites in the city. This is the Jal Mahal, built in 1699 in Rajput style, and it's in the middle of the Mansagar Lake, and it does look like it's floating on the lake, which is so beautiful. Oh, all the birds. It's not actually possible to go and look around the palace now, but you can actually go boating on the lake, and it's a lovely place to just come and walk as the sun sets. So I decided to treat myself to a lovely kulfi, Indian ice cream. I thought I was going coconut flavour, but this just tastes like sugarcane, jaggery. But I'm not complaining. Very sweet, but really delicious. It is evening time here in Jaipur, and I just wanted to show you my absolutely beautiful accommodation for the few days that I'm staying in the city. So this is Umaid Villas, which is a hidden gem. It is directly opposite the city palace, and it's an absolutely stunning luxury heritage property. It's over 100 years old, and it was the family residence of the royal family of Karan. I've just woken up after a wonderful sleep at Umaid Villas, and they have prepared a gorgeous breakfast for me. I am always a big sucker for a breakfast in a nice location, especially when it looks so pretty like this. And they've prepared some katori, fruits, cakes, eggs, all sorts. And I can see the pink walls outside of Jaipur, and I thought I would coordinate specially. And I'm so happy to be back in the city. It is a very beautiful place to explore, and I'm very pleased that I've got a few days to do so. Just in case I needed another reason to stay here, look at this beautiful view from their roof terrace. So directly in front of me is the minaret, Sagasuli, which actually acts as a very good marker point. So if you're walking around Jaipur, you know which way to head to get home. You've got the city palace directly and opposite to the right, and then Nahaga Fort over there as well. It really just is the most magnificent view. Can I get 2 of the katori?
This is onion and this is dal.
1 dal, 1 onion.
Eating will take over.
What do we have here?
Eating. Sir, एक दाल लगाओ, एक प्याज लगाओ, चटनी, इसके सॉस को ग्रीन सॉस जो सीड. ये प्याज की मीठी चटनी. मूंग दाल.
That one, lovely, thank you. Ooh. Okay, so I've gone for 2 katoris, which is a very typical street food in Jaipur or in Rajasthan. And I've got an onion one and a dal one. Thank you very much. Thank you, what a gent. So 2 different types, one with dal, one with onion, and they are deep fried. Oh, which one should I start with? Wow. So many flavors going on there. Really good. Really good. And this one has got loads of fennel seeds in the inside. This one's actually quite sweet. It's almost got a bit of a tamarind taste to it. And the outside is very much like a pastry. It's got a bit of a Cornish pasty feel for it. I've just got a tuk-tuk slightly out of the city to come and visit the Amer Step well, which you've possibly seen on Instagram. And I can see why it's so popular for Instagram. It is quite an unusual location. But actually these step wells are fairly common, especially across Western India. And they were used back in the day, of course, as a source of water. In a place like Rajasthan, which has quite fluctuating levels of water, it was really necessary. It was also used for irrigation as well. And now it's just a popular tourist spot. There's people all over taking photos, although unfortunately now you're not actually allowed to go down the steps, presumably for safety reasons. So walking around the top has to suffice. So this area is of course famous for the incredible Amber Fort, which you can see basically from all over Jaipur. It was built in 967. And I've just come from the step well, and I believe you can actually walk up on the walls all the way up to the top. It does look like quite a long walk, and I haven't seen anyone else doing it today, but I'm going to give it a try. And I've just come up on top of the stairs, and there's all of these cow dung patties which are used for fuel. And I actually made one of these before in Bihar. You mix the cow dung, usually with straw, things like that, and they're drying out in the sun, ready to be used for fuel. For somebody that's very active, I actively hate going upstairs. And there's a lot to get to that viewpoint, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be worth it, because already from here, we're getting amazing views of the city down below. So I've arrived at the top of a very steep and sweaty trail, but just my luck, you can't actually get into this area of the fort, which is probably why there weren't a lot of people walking up here. But you know what? It is an absolutely amazing view from up here, so it definitely was still worth it. It's probably time for me to head down now because tomorrow I'm headed to Udaipur and I've still got a whole bunch of India travel videos yet to come, so do make sure to subscribe.